Like, if you guys
Oh,
feel,
whoa, we're live now, Horace. All right,
let's
so
go.
welcome everyone. Peace be upon you. This is another episode of the JAMS Football Show with Kyle Horace, and today we got some special guests on. I don't even know who we're interviewing this week, Horace. I mean, we got, it seems like the whole Dime City team is over there, which was not the intention, but hey, we'll take it.
Hey, it's always fun to do interviews, right? And now we got a whole team.
My
Yeah,
bad,
especially
fella.
especially
Yeah,
that we got the celebrity who we did not envision him coming on tonight, but Mr. 88, Mr. Kanye West of Jams, Mr. My brother's a much better player than I am, but hey, Mr. 88, you're still good in your own right, so had to get that out.
Fine with that. Cheers. Cheers.
All right, so we're gonna start off with the power rankings first. Casey, you guys over there, feel free to comment as you will, where you disagree, where you agree with us. You guys can see my screen, by the way, right? Everyone can see my
Yes,
screen?
yes.
Okay. So I got Swag at the #1 spot. I know they dropped a game to the Spartans. Horace, you have the Spartans over them.
I mean, honestly, it's by liberty of just the only undefeated team left. Sure, like, I think Spartans played a weaker schedule, but I gotta give them the undefeated. They beat the best, so I can't knock that against them.
Now my question is, did they beat the best when they were at their best? Because
I think
Jeff
not.
DiLorenzo, D'Lo, is the guy that calls the plays, offense and defense. He's the field general out there, and he was not present at that game. He was actually at a wedding.
I mean, is that the Spartans' fault, though?
It's not the Spartans' fault, but my question is, these two teams play again late in the season, playoff run. I don't know. I kind of feel like Swag is the favorite. So,
Hands
yeah, I
down.
mean, Casey seems to agree with me.
I played with both. I played against both. No shots at the Spartans. Spartans are a very good team, but Swag is it's not even a question on who's the better team. They might have won head-to-head, but in my eyes, it wasn't a complete game because, like you said, that guy is everything for that team. He is everything for Swag, and without him,
I agree. I think D'Lo is their go-to guy. He's the one that makes most of their plays happen. So without him, that was a big loss for them. That game, me and a couple of Dynasty players were actually there that game. But I still think Spartans is a great team, but I will give it to Swag.
I still think that Manny Sweeney is a better weapon than D'Lo. I think both are great players, but how do you stop a guy that's like 6'5"?
no offense. I've seen him play in a few leagues,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like he might be a little overrated.
I don't know if he's
He's a great
overrated. I
player,
just think
though.
he
Don't get me
sometimes
wrong,
he
he's a
doesn't
great
try
player.
as hard. That's it.
He's a great player, but I feel like he might be a little bit overrated just because of the fact that he is 6'4". In this league, it's not that many big defenders, and he does eat against smaller guys. But I see him get very uncomfortable when you get on him on the line of scrimmage. And when we played him, it was 6-0 at half, and he was complaining to the refs the whole game about the press coverage, the whole game, talking about, oh, he's holding me, he's grabbing me. And honestly, it worked because he ended up starting getting some calls. But were they calls? They were because the refs called them. I don't think so though. But I think he cries his way into a lot of calls. Honestly,
Wow, shots fired. But hey, listen, there's not. Casey did give his respect. Said that he still is a great player nonetheless. But yeah, I
He's a
mean,
real good player.
in terms of the value that they bring to the team, I think there's no question that D'Lo is the top
hands
guy over there because he is the guy that's keeping everything in order. He's the guy that's constantly. Oh, he is always there. I mean, I think this was the exception. He said it was. I don't know if it's his 5th, 6th year playing in Jams, first game that he's ever missed, and you can just see how different the team looked the weeks that he was there versus the 1 week that he was not there. Now, Casey, I went through and I got your guys' schedule on the screen. You guys actually played Spartans in week 1. You guys lost 2-6. What exactly happened in that game?
Tell us about your secrets because we play them this week.
yeah.
So.
Basically, I'll be honest with you. We matched up very well with them defensively. Like they really didn't move the ball on us at all. We should have ran the ball. We were at our own like 3-4 yard line, I think. It was a bad spot, by the way. I'll show you. I have the video. I can send it. He gave us a really bad spot. We were at our own 3-4 yard line, and instead of running the ball, we decided to mix it up a little bit and throw a screen, and things didn't work out the way we thought they would. and the guy made a great play on it. He made a pick. They got the pick down to the 1 yard line, and
QB sneak up the
QB
middle.
sneak right up the middle. And no offense, like to the Spartans, I think they're a great team too. But if they don't get that interception, we win that game with our backup quarterback 2-0.
Yeah, Casey, you know what? I had the privilege of playing against your starting quarterback, not this past week, but the week before. We were on a bye this past week. What is the name of your starting quarterback currently?
Charlie. Charlie Baez, I believe his last name is. Baez.
Jesus Vasquez de Alejandro.
It's Charlie Baez.
Charlie Baez. All right. All right. So we can agree to disagree there, Horace. But hey, listen, I got more people on my side. So what do you got to say about that?
I mean, like I said, it was by virtue of undefeated and by beating the best. So.
You know what I noticed about you, Horace?
Yeah.
And I was actually talking to Gary. By the way, those of you, only a few people I think know, is my older brother and I, we do a podcast on the AFC East. We talk about the Jets,
Very
Bills,
good player.
Dolphins, Patriots. Sorry?
Very good player, your older brother.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. He's going to make his season debut tomorrow. As long as the game is not canceled, we're hoping that it's not due to this weather that's upcoming. But Horace, one of the things that I said to him last night is everyone's really high on the Cardinals now. If you look at the rankings right now, the power rankings, the Cardinals are up there. And there's no doubt that they've had impressive performances. But last year when we used to do our NFL talk show, you always used to have the Cardinals really high, and they started off really high. Even when Palmer was down, and I always ranked them really low. And towards the end of the season, we saw exactly what the Cardinals were. They were a team that really just wasn't that great. They were good, but not great. So I think you are sometimes too caught up on what a team's record is versus how good they really are.
I mean, at the same time, now that they do have Carson Palmer, maybe I was right.
We'll see. They are 15-3 over their last 18 with him. But anyway, let's move on. Back to Jams. Okay, so I got Spartans at my 2. You have Swag at your 2. We both have the Knights at 3. Casey, did you guys play the Knights yet?
We play on Friday.
Or you play them? You play them Friday. Actually, tomorrow, right before our game. So you guys probably don't want that game to get canceled either.
No,
Let's not forget, this is a game.
We have a big showing coming.
I want to play them.
So we want to play.
This is a game that went to quintuple overtime last year in the playoffs.
5 overtimes.
Yeah.
5 overtimes with Casey at the helm playing quarterback last year.
Casey with no arm, I might say, Harris.
I mean, if there was a Tim Tebow in the league, you're probably the closest to it.
Gary, I call you Gary. Horace, I think Tim Tebow's got a little bit more scrambling ability than Casey.
But I have a break in that All-Star game.
Hey, Star is running an All-Star game. I'm just saying.
That's true. That's true. And with that being said, though, I think Casey's got the better arm, though.
Oh, hands down.
All right. So, Knights. Wow. Do you guys think the Knights should be at 3, Casey and Ahmad?
I believe that they are right neck and neck with Union. They might be better than them. I'm not 100% sure. They match up soon. I know that. So that will tell the difference. But you can't go wrong with putting the Knights at 3 or Union at 3. There's no big difference in both teams. I played against Union. Like you said, they're a great team. They play together. They know what they're doing. And Abbasi is a mean man out there.
Which Abbasi are you speaking about, the quarterback or the receiver?
Actually, both. Both Abbasis are mean men.
Who has the nice plays though so far?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I know they played. Who has the nice plays so far besides Swag?
Who has the Knights played? So let's go and pull up their schedule. Good question.
I know they played later on.
They've had a little bit of easy schedule.
Played Spartans
Schedule.
last game of the season. So I know their schedule hasn't been as tough as Union so far.
All right, so they're 4-1. They had a 12-0 victory over the Hurricanes, who, listen, they're 2-4 right now. VS.
We played them.
They got Jordan on the team.
Now, see, I don't get that. You guys, you're supposed to be really good friends with him, but you guys are still knocking him.
Oh, we do it all the time.
We do it all the time.
You got to understand.
That's what makes us friends with them.
We have a hate-love relationship as friends. If we can't joke around with each other, we're not real friends.
Wait.
Notice how it was hate before love. Hate before love.
Mr. 88.
Kanye West.
Okay, so then Knights 20-0 over GPAC, Code Red 7-6. That was a close one, and then they put up no points against Swag this past week.
And giving up the most points against Swag with just 8, which kind of says something to me. Just like, this is top offense in the league, and they only gave up 8 points. Their defense is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
They're tough.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do got
definitely are tough.
one of the
They're
best
tough.
defenses.
That DM they have.
Which one?
He's like the one that made a Pro Bowl. He's a tight end.
Which one, number 7?
DM.
Oh, yeah, number 7, Omar Yusuf.
Yo, he is
Looks like a
he
ball.
might not be the best pass rusher, but
His size is.
his athletic ability, his size,
He's strong.
and he takes away passing lanes. Like he's
Oh, yeah.
not really too worried about getting to the quarterback. What he does is that he gets inside of your lineman and controls them and puts his hands up.
Yeah.
And as a lineman myself, I know because he's 6'7", I'm 5'10". It's hard to get my hands on him.
Yeah.
Wait, Horace, hold on a second. I'm checking you
Oh,
a lot.
sorry,
tonight.
5'10", my bad, 5'8". I can't count. I gave him extra 2 inches with the cleats, right?
But you got yourself listed at 5'7" on the website, so I'm just saying.
I like. My license says 5'8", I think.
All right, but yeah, Omar Yusuf. One thing I'll say about him too is sometimes you get some of these big, goofy guys in this league, and they got the size, they got the strength. They could probably bench 315 10 times or whatever. Some of these guys in the league, but they don't play hard. They don't got a high motor. Omar Yusuf, he has a high motor. He plays really hard. That's one thing I like about him.
There's a few players I like on their team. I'll be honest with you. I like Jazuter,
Oh, the
Gordon.
quarterback.
I like Omar. I like their new quarterback, by the way. I like him. I've seen like 2 games of him already, and he looks like he knows what he's doing back there. As for that, I'm not too familiar with the rest of the team. No shots
So a
taken.
lot of new faces on that team.
A lot of new faces. They did a whole overhaul. But
Yeah, they added another guy with Matt Burns, who was a decent rushing end in like years past. Another guy I like, Omar Elgohale. He's a good kid too. Like they just have a good team, man.
they do. They're tough.
Solid team, and you know what, Casey, as you said, them and Union neck and neck. And when I did this, I was thinking, I'm always pretty high on Union. As I'm starting to, think about this more, and I see that they've only put up 7 points total in the past 2 weeks, I'm thinking that I might, make a switch and put Union at 3 and Knights at 4. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And
Wow.
can I do that?
I
I absolutely can do that. This is my show.
I'm just saying that I've been with the Knights, I think, 3rd all year. I don't think they've moved from that 3rd spot for me. Actually, they might have.
You might have jumped them up to number 2
They were
last
at 2
time
at
we did
one
this.
point.
Okay. I'm still.
That's before they lost, though.
That was also before Spartans also went on this surge. So.
No. Yeah. And they lost against Swag.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go, and then I got Dime City at number 5, and so do you, Horace.
Yeah.
And gentlemen, you guys think that's right where you should be, or do you think we have
Honestly,
you?
record-wise,
For now, yeah.
our performance-wise, like I feel like we're a better team than that. But like you said, we didn't have our quarterback the first 2 weeks, but that isn't anybody else's fault. You know what I mean? That's our own fault. And we played hard games. The Swag game, it was a lot closer than it looked. It was 6-0 at half. They went up
6-9 to like 8-9 minutes
8,
left.
9 minutes left. They went up 12-0. We panicked.
We gave up at the
We
end.
went for it on our own 20, on 4th and 20.
Somebody throw a pick. Somebody
like,
throw a pick that
like
game.
morons. And they got the ball back, and then D'Lo scored, and then next thing you know, I went to quarterback for one play. I threw the worst duck I've ever thrown in my life. It looked like a punt.
Oh, I saw that.
It looked like a punt.
It wasn't a punt.
It's-
You're like 50, 20
I had my guy slanting in the middle, and I went to the throw, slip right out of my hand. D'Lo got a pick. They got the ball back in good field position, and they basically scored 3 touchdowns on us within the last 3-4 minutes. Like it was crazy. But like, yeah, but we deserve to be where we're at, record-wise, where we're playing, and I feel like we'll move up the draft board as we go on.
All right. So.
And by the way, so you guys are 3-3 right now,
Yes.
and look, I want to see So you guys have won your last two, and you were really competitive in the game before that. So you started off 0-2. So you guys seem to be on that mid-season rise, just like you had last year.
Exactly. Quarterback change. That's what happens.
Now, why didn't you guys have your starting quarterback the first 2 weeks?
He was at Disneyland.
He's on vacation. He's on
He's on
vacation.
vacation.
Shout out-
It's like
guys,
football.
guys, you go to Disney after you win the championship.
He didn't get the memo.
He didn't get the
He didn't get the
memo.
memo.
But no, it was like a last-minute trip for his kids before school. So they went to Disneyland, and
Oh, wow, man. Should pull that.
what happens happens. Our back quarterback came in. He did his thing. You know what I mean? Like, he played well. We just didn't play well behind him. And when the quarterback came, it feels like a whole different confidence change in us behind the quarterback. And we were playing a lot better.
All right.
All right.
So, you guys, let's move on. I got a question for you guys because you guys have played this team and we haven't yet. What is up with the Hurricanes?
To be honest with you, I'm going to let Amaya answer this one.
It's a hit or miss with them. They lost their best player, I think.
Randy.
Like, probably their best player on that team. He got hurt. And with them, it's like people show up and they don't. So you never know what you're gonna get from them each game.
So it's been an attendance issue for them.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. A couple games I've seen them play. I've seen like a group of different players every game.
To be honest, they have a good receiver, a new guy. He didn't have a jersey when we played him. AC, I believe his name is. They have the kid named All Day. He's good. They have the quarterback who he's good. You know what I mean? He makes plays happen. I just feel like, let me not take this away. Their tight end, number 4. Not sure his name is.
Oh, his name is Ray Bryan.
Tough. Really tough. Every year we play him, and the 2 years in a row, he is probably their biggest contributor. Like, he's a really good player, yo. But their offensive line, it feels like once things go downhill,
They disappear.
they disappear. It's like they don't block as hard when they're down.
Honestly, that's one thing I've seen from Hurricanes in previous years. I don't think they have an extremely strong line. I never have thought that about them. And I can see, one player that they have, he was a really, really big guy, probably 6'4" or so. I don't think he's in the league this year. He used to wear number 88, but he would take plays off all the time. I mean, he was like a 215, but just jacked 215 and about 6'4". But he would take plays off every now and then. I think he might have had knee issues or whatever, but I never quite got that. No shots to him or whatever, but I could see what you're saying there.
Like, yeah, they fully, I feel like they have a team that can compete, but I feel like they just don't live up to their expectations every week. And honestly, it might be a little bit of a leadership thing, because I've heard also that, when things go downhill on that team, if they lose, it becomes a blame game type thing. It's your fault. And
It's probably Jordan's fault.
it's probably Jordan's fault.
Oh.
I'm just playing. But you know what I mean? Regardless, when you have a team that's abrasive and they're not gelling together, you can be the most talented team in the world. But if you're not gelling together, the moment something bad happens, you're not gonna win. You're all gonna start.
And they're not on the same page with everything. It seems like.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like me and Kyle can relate to that because we often yell a lot on our own team. So I mean, it hasn't been working out so far. Hopefully, we get things going. But another team you guys have played, Boot and Bounty Hunters, where me and Kyle have flip flopped on. How do you guys feel about them?
Tough. I feel like Brandon.
That's a receiver.
Yeah, the quarterback.
Oh, the quarterback.
He
He's supposed to be receiving.
is an issue at quarterback.
Yeah.
And his connection with number 1,
Ardell Roberts.
they are the real deal.
Yeah.
But besides that, I don't feel like Brandon has much trust in much of that offense. Besides number 24, I think he's a slot receiver. 20, he's a slot receiver. Older guy. I seen him throw the ball to him a few times.
Okay.
Honestly, Casey, I'm going to disagree with you. I think that they have solid receivers. They have 3 solid receivers, and that's not including Brandon. I'm going to go to their team right now. Jason DeCandia, he's a consistent all-star year in, year out. He
was on Code Red last year.
Yeah.
He's on Code Red. Yeah, he's playing with number 11 this year.
Great player. I don't feel like Brandon uses him enough.
Probably
Yeah,
not-
personally, I can't say that I really saw it. I did see their game where they played GPAC, and Ardell just went off. I mean, and Brandon was just hitting some really nice passes, hit him in stride in the end zone, just put it where his guy could get it. It was really nice. And Kurum, they call him Kuri, his nickname. What number is he? He's number 2. He's a really good player as well, and I did see Brandon's throwing the ball to him as well. So, I mean, maybe he doesn't have the rapport with DeCandia yet. At least can't say that I've seen it, but he's an awesome player, and I mean,
Yeah,
maybe
he-
their line is not a strong suit of them, but
Yeah, the
I
one
think-
guy can't block.
Yeah, he just
Number 88, I think, or 80.
The tall
yeah, his number 33. Oh no, number 88. That's their captain. That's
Omar
That
Shah.
is-
Not him. That's their
okay. So you're talking about Elridge Bracey, the
Yeah,
6'5", 240.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
can't block.
No.
He blocks his elbows. He
He
does
likes,
this.
he likes to release a lot.
And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I just smacked his elbow away. And I'm like, you're giving me free reign every time. Like, I guess maybe he's used to, like, people that are just bum rushing.
It's because
But-
people are scared to use their hands. That's what really happens. They don't know how to block. They think if
Yeah.
they throw their hands out there that they might like sprain a wrist or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
The second
man.
time he tried to do that, I smacked his wrist down, and I hurt his thumb. So maybe that's why. But like, he's a good offensive threat, though. You know what I mean? Like, he's a good big target. But blocking-wise, they might have to put somebody else over there to chip at least. You know what I mean? To
Take the
give him
edge.
give Brandon, because Brandon, you get him in the open field, or
It's
you
a
give him a
problem.
little bit of time,
He's a
Yeah.
problem.
and he can make things happen.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
man is a bad man.
in open field, other than your guy, Michael Gordon, he might be the most
Yeah.
dangerous person in the league. You just see him take these speed sweeps
Yeah.
in previous
Look at his
years,
fast
and
hands.
once he hits the sideline, he's gone.
Yeah, but see,
Yes.
when you look at Phil, you like, oh, he's all right. He got good speed. When you play against him,
He's he's
you're like, yo, what?
hit
Like,
the sideline against us and scored. So
yo,
Yeah.
one play Mikey caught a toss left, and he's right down the sideline, and I tried to go to the next level. After I sealed my guy in, I went into the next level, and all I saw was a flash of green coming across me, and I'm like, what the hell? And next thing I know, is this guy just grabbing Mikey's flag, and he was the only one that was there. Like, if he doesn't grab Mikey's flag, he scores again. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, this guy's amazing. Like, he has real quiet speed until you play him. And when you play him, that speed becomes really loud,
yeah,
and you realize it. Brandon's a problem.
Absolutely. Casey, did you guys play against Rich last week? Number 0, 6 foot 240. It looks like he's carved out of stone.
Yes, him and they also have a guy named Fernando.
They throw that last tackle on.
Yeah, the guy they both play on my side, the Wolves.
Hmm.
They have two really big linemen.
Looks like he doesn't miss a gym at all.
Yeah,
Wait, you said the Wolves?
yeah,
Is that semi-pro?
yes,
You guys play semi-pro as well?
just me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
My brother actually played last year semi-pro for the Central Jersey Vikings.
I don't. Well, they might be on our schedule. I'm not 100% sure. I really didn't play this year due to a knee injury. I didn't want to risk it. They're gonna laugh at me, but whatever. I hurt my knee in a stupid flag tournament, and it popped out, popped back in. So I really didn't want to risk full contact.
Hey man, it happens. Like my freshman year roommate in college, he like tore his ACL playing ping pong. So
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That back serve it usually gets you.
All right, so let's move on to let's see. So
Yeah,
Kyle
let
and
me
I
I'm
flip
gonna
flopped.
go back.
Okay, Kyle and I flip flopped on Boonton Bounty Hunters and the Hurricanes, but we did agree on the 8th spot for Code Red. So
We agreed from here on out.
yeah, it's just that middle spot that always gets a little jumbled up. So, what do you have you guys played Code Red yet?
Actually, we have not. We play them in next week or 2 weeks.
We got a bye next
We
week.
got a bye.
We got a bye, and then I think we play them or
Alright, play them.
GPAC, and then we
Uh,
play them. I think.
All right, so I like to like break it up into tiers a bit. The top tier right now for me is just Swagging Spartans by themselves, and then I guess there's another tier underneath that with Union and the Knights. Then from 5 through 7 is That's like a good mix of average teams. Good to average. Then comes Code Red, which is just below average, but not as bad as the three teams underneath it.
I can
So,
give you that. But if we beat the Knights, what do you say?
hmm?
If we beat the Knights Friday,
Oh, then you guys flip flop with them. You guys move up. At least,
Code Red last game of the season.
Hey, Horace, would you lump us in the same tier as Code Red?
not with our play we have. And we lost to Code Red.
We lost 6-8 week 1.
We still lost.
I feel like you
I'm
guys
just
are.
saying, do you think we could beat Code Red if we played them again?
Honestly, I think we beat them 9 times out of 10, but we haven't shown that with our talent.
Okay.
I feel like you guys run the ball enough
You think we don't?
We agree. We agree, Casey. We don't run it enough. We agree.
at all.
I hope the rest of our team hears that.
You
We have a
gave
good
our-
line, and we don't do
To
it.
be honest, really, I don't think anyone from our team watches this.
Yeah, maybe not.
You guys don't run the ball enough, and you gave our DNs, these two guys, free run at your quarterback by putting your extra receivers behind your tight ends, which basically makes your offense so one-sided. Like, by you doing the extra and putting the receivers behind the tight ends to help block, you basically gave your quarterback no targets. Like,
Yeah.
and,
We really couldn't move the ball against you guys. We didn't play well.
well, to be honest, I think it was more your game plan than your team, because I feel like your team has talent. I just feel like you guys didn't give your tight ends or whoever you have blocking the edges enough faith to give you that extra second for your quarterback to try to make a play.
I mean, part of it was like we had a little bit of attendance issues. Like we had to play with like a guy who likes to play tight end in the slot, so wasn't that helpful?
I'll be honest with you too, Casey. I mean, you're talking about like tight ends blocking one-on-one. Honestly, whenever I played tight end this year and really in previous years, I really usually never had trouble blocking people off the edge. But Ahmad was killing me. I mean, I don't remember ever really getting beat that bad in this league. And I say that with 100% sincerity. It's not because he's on the show. I told you straight up, Ahmad. And you're an excellent rusher. And it was just a combination of power and speed that was really impressive. I mean, you'd go inside, you'd go out. I knew you were going to try to juke pretty much every play with the head fakes, and I still would bite on it sometimes, and therefore couldn't really get you with a shot straight to your chest.
If it works once, it works. So I'll stick to that. No, you did a good job blocking though. I think I told you that one play, like you had me that one play. I was like, yo, good block. But it's, you gotta. I guess then you gotta mix it up sometimes. And since I do have some speed on some people, it helps out a lot.
I could have used a back to chip every now and then. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so we go over the last two teams.
Yeah, the last two teams. So we got VS and GPAC. Now,
Wait, hold on. Darshak texted me earlier in the week. Darshak, this is your shout out. Congrats on beating the Hurricanes. You guys did this wrong. So.
That's exactly what you're talking about. He's been on the linebacker for the Hurricanes last year. He's on GPAC.
Oh, is he?
So they mixed up GPAC and
No, GPAC. One player from the Hurricanes went to GPAC, I believe.
Oh no, Uzzer.
Talking
He was
about
on
Uzzer.
GPAC the year before. Then he went to the Hurricanes. Now he's back with GPAC.
Yeah, I was watching that game.
Mhm.
Awful against Boonton.
Ouch.
Yo, that was horrible. I'm sorry. They're playing with linemen that weigh about $140.
Let's just say I had a lot of one-on-one blocks as a center, and I did not have many problems with those blocks.
But yo, they're undersized.
Mm-hmm.
Their quarterback is good though. I can tell just by seeing him, he can play. I know the guy from the Hurricanes.
Now, Casey, who are you talking about at quarterback? Because the Boonton game, they had a different quarterback who I had never seen play before.
Well, he wasn't doing bad. It just looked like he had no time at all. Like, and to make things worse, they're playing green on green jerseys.
yeah, that was a bad game.
Like, I was getting a headache. I feel like I was like some sort of Astro world where teams should play with the same colors. Like,
Astro World?
I didn't know what was happening. Like, I'm like, yo, who's blocking who? And I just see a jersey sparking out, and then it's just like
Touchdown.
Boonton touchdown. I'm like, wait, what? Like, what happened? It's like
Hey, quarterback, who do you know who to throw to?
Horrible.
You know, so that game was pretty bad. I don't know what the score of that game was, but I think they lost 46-0 to the Hurricanes.
Something like that.
Really?
We left when they scored like 3 touchdowns. I was like, I'm out of here. I'm getting a headache watching this game.
We touched on like the first 5 minutes.
All right, so VS and GPAC. Now, I mean, we haven't had a win like beating Hurricanes yet, even though Hurricanes aren't the Hurricanes that we're used to seeing. But we still think that we're better than them, and at the end of the day, we beat them, so we'll rank ourselves above them. Right, Horace? All right, so let's get into the interview portion now. I'll get off my screen. I'll go to the screen share so we can see our lovely guests. Let's see.
This should be interesting.
All right, Horace,
Mm-hmm.
why don't you start us off with our first question?
All right, straight up. Who's a better defensive end between you two and why?
Are you talking about the brothers? You talking about the brothers,
I'm
or
talking
is
about the
Casey?
brothers. I'm talking about the brothers.
Oh, that's an easy one.
I'm better than him.
Is that like?
More of my speed and body. He's a lot of speed. He don't use his strength. He's actually strong. He doesn't know how to use his strength.
He's stupid strong.
Yeah,
But
super
he's
strong.
like,
He plays when he wants to, pretty
like
much.
when he rushes at you, I tell him all the time, like, yo, just take that first step hard.
He's faster than me.
And you're so fast that whatever lineman's gonna panic. And if he oversteps, you can come inside, you can do what you want. Instead, this is what he does. He comes up, he shakes you, he does this little thing with his hands, and he smacks your arms away, and then he uses his he's extremely
He's
fast.
a lot faster.
Can I say something?
All right.
He's like a ballerina out there,
I can
just
go.
dancing, twirling.
Our first game. How much points did we have? 2. Who got us them 2 points? This guy.
I gotta. How can you get 6 points then?
Hey, I wasn't playing on offense. I was playing defense.
Should have got
Guess
6
what?
more points this year.
I got that quarterback with a safety, didn't I?
Should have got 3 safeties.
This guy right here.
You answer that question though. Who's better?
You're looking at him.
Look at all 3 of them.
You know, 3 points.
How many safeties you got?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I got more
Don't worry,
sacks
I'll
than you.
wait.
Got more sacks than you.
Anyway, next question.
A
Kyle?
lot more pressures too. Sometimes sacks can be misleading. I told you, Mr. 88, when I was done blocking you, like I think the 1 or 2 times you rushed against me, I said, "Oh, your brother's a lot better than you."
Actually hurt. Hit that from the side.
Hurt my foot, man.
And your heart.
All right, so let's go on. So guys, I think Casey responded in the forum sometime last year. I can't remember the response, but the name Dime City, what exactly is that referring to? Is that a Linden thing, or where does that name come from?
I don't know.
To be honest, one day we were all at practice before our first season, and one of our Paul Betka, the loud corner with the dreadlocks.
Oh yes, we know him. We're well aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, him. He was like, "Yo, we're Dime City. Yo, we're Dime City." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yo, because we do nothing but throw dimes. Yo, we're Dime City." I'm like, "What?" And then last day I got the message from the league like, "Oh, register your team," and I felt so like I had to hurry up. By the way, like, I felt like I had to hurry up.
Hey, what's going on? It's Mike Gordon.
And the only thing I could think of was that stupid remark he said, Dime City. So I put it there, and I told people we could change it, but they were like, you know what? We're Dime City.
That's partially my fault.
I guess it's
Yeah,
a good thing that
that's
you guys. I guess it's a good thing you guys named it before Casey became quarterback, right?
If
Dallas Cowboys.
by the time I was quarterback, we'd be undefeated city.
All right, Kyle, you still around?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Okay. All right, my question for you guys. Who do you guys think is your team MVP? And don't tuck up to the cap and say Casey.
Can I go?
Michael Gordon.
I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to
let's
say
go.
I'm gonna have to say our offensive lineman number 77, Quill.
Ooh.
Boy's an animal. Y'all said Dylan Frank was the best player on our team? Wrong.
Who's 77? Because I'm thinking of 71.
That's the one you were matched up with, 71.
That's him? That's his number, 71?
I believe it's 71. You were matched up with him.
The guy with the dreads.
Come on, Mike. You got to know your own
I thought he
lineman's
was
name.
70.
Come on, you run behind these guys, Mike.
Wait, I thought it was 74, the big fellow with the dreads, right?
The big
Yeah.
dude with the dreads is
That's
71.
74. You guys are both wrong.
No, it's 71, Horace.
What?
71. All right. I thought it was
The
77.
guy who's listed as 6'3", 300 pounds, Quill Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, on the website his number says 74, so I guess I'm wrong.
That's
Yeah,
it.
everybody was
That's
wrong.
it. 74.
And the website got changed that,
Yeah,
but
everybody was wrong.
71. Yeah, he's I feel like our whole offensive line
He's a
is.
beast.
You guys can tell me if I'm wrong. I
Mhm.
feel like we're the most dominant offensive lines in the league.
I,
We're
you guys are definitely up there for me. Like
Yeah, definitely.
I think by far the best line is the Spartans. They just move people out the way. You guys are definitely up there. The Knights are up there. Uh, yeah, man, you guys have a good line. You guys have always had a good line.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's certainly an interesting debate between them and Spartans because I feel like talent-wise, maybe Dime City might have the upper hand, but the Spartans, I think they might have played with each other for a longer period of time, and maybe they have more cohesion there. But we'll see. We play Spartans tomorrow, and we just came off playing Dime City. We'll know tomorrow, Horace, who's the superior line.
All right.
But yeah, but let me say one thing about 71 Quill or whatever. Honestly, he really held me in check for most of the game. But Horace will tell you all the time, I don't spin. I don't have a great
Oh
spin move. I don't
God.
ever say
Oh
that.
God.
But I beat him bad with a spin move one time, and he'll admit that to
you
you.
did, but I was there to help.
Yeah, you were.
And Kyle has a spin move that it ends up with him like being in the same place. I've seen it. It's not good.
But
Hey, Horace, I'll
sometimes
tell
it's
you what.
just,
Horace, I'll tell you what. It's better than when you played corner. Horace was playing a little.
Yeah, I was playing linebacker. What? I don't know what happened with my team there. Apparently, we got an injury, and then the fattest kid on the team is playing corner, or linebacker. So,
that was
All right.
hilarious. We looked at it. We pick on them.
yeah, I know. I noticed that. Thanks, guys.
All right, where's
Like,
Ahmad
nah,
at? Where's Ahmad at? I got to ask him a question.
Slide to the left.
It's my birthday too, fellas. So.
Happy birthday.
All right, happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
man.
All right, so Ahmad, I actually just found out this information today. So I hear that you are an awesome basketball player,
Oh, that I am.
MVP type basketball player. Is that Division One? You played Division One Muslim basketball, and you were like the MVP, or if I'm not mistaken?
Division two in
Division
college,
two.
all conference play of the year.
Okay,
Wow.
that's pretty cool.
So this is only your
playing
second.
Jazz is my first football time ever playing football.
It's fascinating that you didn't play football earlier in your life, but anyway, so we've seen you in your short time in JAMS. You've played, linebacker, or I think you might have played a little safety. I don't know if you've ever played corner. Now you're playing rush outside linebacker / defensive end, and you've excelled at all positions, right? You're playing offense, receiver, kind of like a Swiss Army knife out there.
A little bit, small one.
So what are you doing? Like, what made you pick up the game so quickly and excel at it so quickly? Obviously, you got tremendous athletic ability, but Casey was saying that you're just smart and you pick up on stuff real quick. What do you attribute to that?
Probably just defense. My whole life I played defense, like for basketball. So defense comes easy to me. And being athletic as I am, I may be short, but I could probably outjump a lot of players in the league. So that helps a lot too. And I actually am pretty smart when it comes to sports. So.
And don't forget about those cocky ass hands that they grip rocks every day.
Grip boulders. Grip boulders.
All right. So let's see. So Casey, you've been a lineman. You played quarterback. When you copy me and moved to corner.
Honestly, I had played corner against you guys. Remember my pick?
Oh.
You must have forgot about that. I actually played your slot guy against the VS, and your quarterback, I guess he thought your guy was gonna burn me to the middle.
He threw it right at you.
Yeah, it's because my immaculate speed for a big guy. And I just was like, oh, give me that.
He's swift.
Pants falling down and all.
You know.
Yeah, Casey, you got to get like some
You ask
type.
the question, I answer it, right?
You did, Casey. You got to get some type of like intense drawstring or something to keep your pants up every now and then.
Yes. Let's see his butt crack every time he
Yo,
runs.
every time I'm running, people are grabbing me. I'm being like
They
hit,
grabbing Mikey.
and
All day.
because I'm a bigger guy, I swear it was because I was a bigger guy quarterback. They wouldn't give me no calls. Like I remember one play I got deleted. Like I threw the ball, got deleted. I looked at the ref, and he said, "You alright?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Is there no flag?" He's like, "You alright?" I was like, "Great. That's what I want to hear as a quarterback. I'm alright." But
All right, let's move
Yeah.
on. Let's move on. So Casey, you were talking about other teams and how sometimes when they start losing and the game's not going the way they want, they start getting at each other's necks. Now, I saw a little bit of tension in one of your games coming from last year, the playoff game. I think you actually yelled out, I think it was Sean Biddulph, if I'm not mistaken, one of the wide receivers on your team, and you told him to basically, shut his mouth and that you'd bench him if he didn't stop complaining. So
Yeah.
I guess my question is, how do you maintain that balance of being a good leader, keeping people in check, being harsh when the time is necessary, but at the same time still realizing that you're close friends and trying to keep that, relationship off the field? Because sadly, sometimes, this league, it's actually designed to be the opposite, but sometimes it can make people dislike one another even off the field. So how do you maintain that proper balance of being the leader that needs to be harsh at times while still realizing that it's a rec league and that you want to maintain good relationships?
Well, to be honest, it is tough at times. Like, sometimes you got people like Mr. 88 or
Michael Jordan.
other people
Michael
that are very opinionated and very outspoken. And you don't want to come across as the ignorant dictator or nothing. We're all friends, But at times when people are criticizing other people, I have to step in. That's my time to step in because I put a team together and I make sure that we're a unit. We're not just a team, we're a unit. And if anybody is the reason why we're losing, we all are. There's no one person. So when I hear people saying, "Oh, yo, what is wrong with you? Don't stop, blah blah." Like, yo, it's your fault why we're getting burnt. It's your fault why the quarterback's getting out. Shut up, because it's your fault why we're not scoring. It's your fault why fault could be pushed at any person at any time. And for you to be so quick to point a finger at somebody else, and for nobody to speak up on that, to me is just not acceptable. So I try to keep my team as close together as possible without being rude and ignorant at times, But it's hard. It really is hard.
And to add to that, you guys always seem to have good team chemistry. Even though you guys have fiery personalities, I think one good example of that was when our game against you guys, we had one or two guys just keep talking trash, but you guys had your entire sideline talking trash back at him, and it was just one guy. It was great to see, honestly.
RC.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. We have a lot of characters on our team, and we're all from not the best areas. So we all got a lot of slick tongues, and we've all grown up in areas where you can't be quiet and be left alone.
Lennon is nice. Lennon
So
is nice.
it is. People like you make it bad. But we all, like I said, we're all there for each other. You know what I mean? We're all friends. We all chill. Like even the new additions that are as this year, we all hang out after the games. We all go out. We all chill. We all hang out. And we all got each other's back. And at the end of the day, that's all you can really ask for is for your man next to you and the man behind you to have your back.
All right. Kyle, any more questions?
Yeah. So, Casey, what we notice is that oftentimes you'll get people that are really talented that come in this league, and they think that they can just be a quarterback. They were good in high school or whatever, and they can just come in and they're going to win games. But you need to have that structure and organization because the reality is a lot of teams have a good structure in this league. They have an organized playbook, and that's what leads them to success. It's not just all about talent. So I'm wondering, you're definitely the leader of your team, and you played quarterback yourself. I saw you calling out plays and stuff. Did you design your own playbook? Or are you the kind of the mind behind that, or was it a collaborative effort?
To be honest, I try to make a collaborative effort. But to get all of these guys together to agree on something
Practice
is horrible. So therefore, I took it into my own hands. I drew up plays that I felt were simple and effective or would work out for the team. And that was it. I put together 12 plays, a couple of audible signs, whatever, and just said, this is our playbook. We're going to work or we're not.
switched up new playbook.
And that was it.
You gave us a new playbook before our first game. We
Yeah.
switched our playbook our first game. We didn't know what it was. We thought we got old playbooks.
Yeah, I
Mind
did
you, the
know
whole
that you
team
guys
was-
have a lot more calls and sweeps than before.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah,
let's move on. Last question. I want this to be
We're all
really
right.
quick, really quick. Ahmad, your favorite position on the field? I just called you a
Great.
Swiss Army knife. You can do it all. What is
Wait,
your
wait, wait. The real
favorite?
Swiss Army knife on the team is Casey. Come on.
Well, that goes without saying. Ahmad, your favorite position to play, if you have to choose one.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No, Ahmad.
Come on.
Honestly, offensive line or D tackle. If I pick one, I love D tackle.
What about Ahmad?
Tight end.
For me,
Yeah.
probably D in the corner, either or. Anything on
Okay.
defense.
Should be DN. Should be
What's
DN.
yours?
It's an awesome position. All right, let's move on. We got to move on to our pick'em, and let's make it really rapid fire on this one.
Are we
So
including scores in this one?
yeah, we're gonna include the scores. By all means, Dime City, if you guys want to pick your game, that's the first game. You can go ahead and do it. But me and Horace, we choose to forego picking our own games. But do as you guys please. So the first game is you
Wait,
guys
wait,
versus the
Kyle.
Knights.
Kyle. I think you should
Screen share.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting to that. All right. So here we go. Share.
Meanwhile, I see you guys have a decent amount of jerseys. Why the switch to the Oregon Feathers?
Well, honestly, the jersey maker last year was horrible, and like half our jersey by the end of the season had nothing on them. So we went Stitch this year, and that was it. But for our game, I'll be honest with you, I think it's gonna be a close one. It could go either way. I think the Knights are a really talented team. We played them last year twice, and both games were close games.
Back-to-back weeks at that too. Back-to-back weeks.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna pick my team. Is that what I'm gonna do? What I feel like the game is gonna be, maybe 19 to 18. I think it's gonna come down to an extra point like it did last year.
18-12 Dime City.
Wow, you guys are expecting to put up a lot of points against the Knights. I don't think the Knights have let up more than 2 touchdowns in any single game this year. Guys, sorry guys. You know I got a lot of respect for you guys. I got the Knights 12-6 in this one.
That's fine.
All right, so I guess it's on me. This is tough. I kind of do like how Dime City's on a hot streak, but the Knights are. All right. Gun to my head, I'd choose 6-0 Knights.
Ooh, shut up. All right, let's move on.
It's just their defense
It's
is so
gonna rain.
tough.
It's about D. There's no doubt about it. At the end of the day, they didn't score anything against Swag, but they held them to 8 points. All right, Spartans, Gladiators, Horace and I, we're not going to pick this one. Dime City, go ahead. This one's on you guys.
Spartan Gladiators. Spartan.
I think I'm gonna be a little bit
Gladiators.
pretentious
blunt.
right now, and I'm gonna pick this game. I'm gonna say you guys win 12-6.
Wow.
Oof.
I think you guys, but that's if number 8 shows up for your team.
Who's number 8?
Your number your wide receiver, or
80?
80 is it?
He's number 8.
Number 8. Your wide receiver. I saw the
He's
film.
number 6.
Oh, what? Are you talking
Yeah,
about?
but
He didn't go for our game.
Are you guys talking about Collis?
I guess he didn't come to our game, but I saw the film and he was one that was killing the BS, and I saw him that game too.
They're,
Oh, that
they're
is
talking,
Collis. That is
talking
Collis.
about Collis.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has glasses on.
Yeah. That's Collis. He'll be there.
Yeah, I give you guys 12-6. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think he's the difference maker for you guys.
Right, what about you, the other 3? Let's hear your guys' predictions.
I got Gladiators, of course. I like
All
it.
right.
What's the score?
This is
My
good.
score? I got 6-0.
Ooh.
I don't think they're gonna score.
That's his pick. Go ahead, Amal.
I might have 6-0 Spartans.
Okay. Gordon?
Because I don't Spartans score that much,
They don't.
but they have a really great defense.
Even though they did score a lot this past week, I believe.
Spartans?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they scored like 30 or something.
Against who? BS? No.
I don't know who they played.
Play Code Red.
Code Red. I think they dropped 30 on Code Red.
All right.
But yeah,
We could check that score.
it's gonna be.
All right, let's move on.
Rain's gonna be coming down.
Hurricane Swag. I got Swag 20-7 in this one.
Ooh. All right. I'll follow up. I'll say 28-14.
Swag?
Hurricane Swag.
Yeah, swag. I'm sorry.
I think that Swag puts up 30, maybe 40 after that embarrassing loss to the Spartans.
Wow.
And I think that Hurricanes maybe get 6.
Hurricanes
Wow.
put 46 of last week.
Yeah.
But that was against GPAC as well.
Yeah. I think a Pop Warner team could put up 30.
Hey, Casey, I think we lost you guys. I don't know if you guys.
He's a little better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my bad. A little better.
There you go. Now we can see you.
Yeah.
I got 24-6. Swag.
All right.
6.
By the way, I checked the score. That last game, Code Red or Spartans was 20-6 against Code Red.
20. Okay. Yeah.
Yo, you might want to close that in before it goes out.
Okay, so let's go on Union Code Red. Horace, what do you got in this one?
18-6 Union.
I have the same exact score.
I think that too.
Oh.
I think that's
I'll be honest. I think it's going to be 13-9. Union.
Okay. None of us too high on Code Red here.
I agree.
And
I agree. 13-0.
all right, the Toilet Bowl, BS GPAC.
Ooh, VS.
I
I
think
think G-Pack
VS 12-0.
I think my sleep matters more. But
All
if we gotta, I say it's gonna be VS 21, GPAC 6.
I got G-Pack winning.
I
right.
got 20-0 GPAC. Or
Wait.
excuse me, VS. Excuse me, 20-0 VS.
All right. So
Okay.
I guess that wraps us up for the pick segment. Exciting week of football ahead. Anything else?
Yeah, I didn't expect to have Michael Gordon on here. Michael Gordon, we got to ask you a question. Are you, sir, the most dangerous player in this league?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, wait. Actually, one more question. This is off thing. MVP of the league so far.
Excuse me, I couldn't hear you.
All right, so Horace said, who is the MVP of the league thus far?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
I'll be honest with you. I think it's the Spartans quarterback.
Wow, big O up for discussion.
They don't put up points. Besides last game, they put up 14.
He doesn't make mistakes,
They're putting up more points than they were last year. There's
But
no doubt
regardless-
about it.
but regardless,
He's definitely tough. I like him.
they get
Definitely
he
good
doesn't
quarterback.
make mistakes, so therefore they're never in bad field position. He makes good plays when it's needed. He's very clutch. He has a good arm. He runs the offense,
But
and I feel like without him, the Spartans are who they were last year.
if
Nobody.
They don't have that great defense.
Well, that's perfectly. They actually had a great defense. They ain't do nothing.
Honestly, my pick MVP this far, I'm gonna have to give it to my boy Jeff DeZuter.
Wow.
I like that one too.
I like the kid. He's physical. He's got bigger. He's fast. He plays the ball well. He can play anywhere on the field.
I'm giving it to Ahmad Harris because he can do the same thing. He does.
I honestly, I'll be honest. I like hearing non-quarterback names just because this is the ultimate quarterback-driven league. So I always like hearing non-QB names.
Yeah, and you know
Alright,
what?
well,
It's hard for us to make. It's hard for us to make judgments like this without really seeing the stats, so we can't really see what people are doing on a weekly basis.
I actually think it's better because now we have like more of a experience-based pick.
I hear you on that one because, like I said, stats are very misleading at times. But Ahmad Harris, definitely the best defensive performance that I've seen this year in a game that I've played. So
And I'll be honest, like when it comes to, like I usually set up the starting line for offense, and I always put Kyle on the left side just because I know he can keep up with speed. He has strength, and there's very few times Kyle does say that I had trouble blocking someone. So that's a big up to you.
Trust me, I know his pain. I had to go get some in practice.
hey, but if I go against you again, I'm gonna be a little bit more prepared. I promise you that.
I'm going to the other side.
Hey,
That means that means I get your brother. Oh, that's locked down. I don't think you're his now.
The Kanye West and D-Line.
I'm eating. That's my trademark.
All right, guys. That was a lot of fun, guys. So thank you very much, and we wish you all the best this week.
Thank you. You too. Have a good night.
Good luck,
Kanye
fellas.
West.
Good luck
See
tomorrow.
y'all Friday. See you tomorrow.
Thanks.
Down City out.
All right, wait, look.
All right. So this is Kyle and Horace, the JAMS Show. We're signing off. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you.
Hey, good show, guys. I'll be honest. I enjoy